Local and regional capacity. The Greater Rhode Island region requires over 1 million acres of farming to feed it, yet farmland in Rhode Island is only 61,000 acres. Study area conditions. Westerly offers a large open space in excess of 1 acre, but the soil is most likely contaminated. This site would require raised beds. Ironically, there is an agway feeds and needs store directly adjacent to this site. A Cranston study area offers a large open space, not that green space, this one. But access is difficult, and the area is privately owned. Also, this soil is most likely contaminated. Olneyville is an extremely dense site. There is a large open space available and existing community gardens. Of this area, approximately 1 acre in size, only a few hundred square feet are actually being farmed. The study area in Woonsocket offers virtually no farmable land, and all the soil is badly contaminated. We see a high immigrant population, but virtually no urban farming. Why? Possible explanations include the high level of education about lead contamination in the soil, or the high mobility rate, where families move every few months. The study area in Pawtucket, approximately 2.5 acres, is entirely paved or built. Current practices. In Burlington, Vermont, the Intervale Community Farm produces approximately 8.5% of the city's food annually. All around the world, restaurants use rooftop gardens to grow fresh produce, but we don't see any of them in the Providence region. Rhody Fresh is Rhode Island's local dairy cooperative. City gardening has seen a wave of innovations, using imaginative containers like plastic bags. Green Zone is an urban initiative at Firehouse 13 that grows organic vegetables, herbs, and flowers. Trade-offs and tensions. The major challenge: converting brownfields to greenfields. There is an ongoing debate as to what is the highest and best use of vacant land: gardens or infill housing. Emerging ideas. Vertical farming. There are a number of innovative approaches to growing food in a vertical space to maximize land use in inner cities. A three-front approach from Michael Pollan. 1. Resolarize the American farm. The power of cleverly designed polycultures to produce large amounts of food from little more than soil, water, and sunlight has been proved not only by small-scale alternative farmers in the United States, but also by large rice and fish farmers in China and giant-scale operations up to 15,000 acres in places like Argentina. In Argentina, they use the traditional 8-year rotation of perennial pasture and annual crops. After 5 years grazing cattle on pasture, farmers can then grow 3 years of grain without applying any fossil fuel fertilizer, make municipal composting of food and yard waste mandatory, and then distribute the compost free to area farmers. This would shrink America's garbage heap, cut the need for irrigation and fossil fuel fertilizers in agriculture, and improve the nutritional quality of the American diet. Perennialize commodity agriculture to breed varieties of wheat, rice, and other staple grains that can be grown like prairie grasses without having to till the soil every year. 2. Re-regionalize food production and distribution. The monoculture system is efficient, but brittle and vulnerable to attack or breakdown. To channel even a small portion of institutional food purchasing to local food would vastly expand regional agriculture. Food stamp debit cards should double in value whenever swiped at a farmer's market. 3. Rebuild America's food culture. Make lunch in all its dimensions a mandatory part of the public school curriculum. The very length and complexity of the modern food chain breeds a culture of ignorance and indifference among eaters. Shortening the food chain is one way to create a more conscious consumer. What are our options for the future? How can we grow more food where people live? Do we even have time to debate the options, or are events forcing us to make changes now?